You have some people in your past, they didn't treat you right. However, how you responded to those circumstances really identified your place within your God mind. Okay? It's a spirit message. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. So, you could have completely just lost it, honestly. And many people have been in very similar situations, and they did lose it. They blacked out on somebody, and it went left. Then they ended up suffering consequences for said behavior. I can't say that they were absolutely wrong for feeling that way, because when one is crossed, it is likely that they will be furious and want revenge. Okay? They want to go for blood. However, you realized that wasn't the best option for you. And you also realized how insignificant those individuals are to you, and you made the decision to choose you instead of allowing the fury that began to flame in the core of you to control your outcome. Because you could have been consumed by that fire. However, instead of being consumed by the fire and allowing it to destroy you and burn you to a cinder, you actually transmuted it into choosing to go in a way opposite of whoever wronged you, whoever betrayed you. That right there, in and of itself, is a power. It is difficult to walk away in such a way from someone that crosses you or betrays you. That is one of the most challenging actions to take when one is angry, because you want to retaliate. That's the first thing that comes to one's mind usually. And even though that may have come to your mind initially, you realized right after, is that worth it? Because what could the consequences be? What could I suffer after taking such an action? If I move with haste in the wrong direction, I could end myself. You realize that you are worth so much more than that. Why would you forfeit the beauty and the love within your own life off the strength of someone who can't recognize you? It's not even that they don't recognize you. They can't. Or they couldn't at the time. You looked at it and you're like, you know what? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? Why would I? Why would I? So you didn't. And now you have become the champion of your own mind. You utilize God, that God mind within you. That is a power, and it's sacred. And so many people haven't tapped into that aspect of themselves, and they allow a moment, literally a moment, because that's how quickly we can become furious at something or someone. And in that time, that's when the beast is in action. So who's controlling a beast? A beast is wild. Anytime you see a beast, you know it's wild. Just that word alone is wild. So it's like, once that beast overcomes you, that's why it's so important in that moment to have that emotional intelligence. Because if that beast takes over, it's done for. You don't even know what you did after you did it. You might not even know everything. Oh, I don't remember. I don't even remember everything. Because you black out. So you have mastered yourself in this way. And there's multiple ways to master self because there's different levels to it. However, I mean, this is the ultimate mastery of those emotions, because those right there, whew, you guys know how you feel when you're angry. You know you just want to break something. You want to do something that you probably shouldn't, but it would feel good. You think so, right? You think it will. Because it probably will. It probably will feel good in that moment, but then after, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Just imagine this. How many people have allowed the beast in that moment to take over, and they didn't stop their beast from being untamed? They didn't stop their beast from being wild? Then they suffered consequences. It could be many different consequences, but a consequence is a consequence. And I'm talking about like a unfavorable outcome. It's that's something that will stay on that person's mind for a very long time. It's crazy how one moment in time can change the trajectory of someone's entire life. Just from one moment. Or maybe 10 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. It's just such a small amount of time that has such a great big impact. And that's why it's so important to practice emotional intelligence. Because listen, your life is precious. It means a lot to you, doesn't it? Of course it does. And I really think that's why this message is coming through, to remind you of the power that you have within you. And your ability to be so disciplined with yourself is the reason why you caused those who came for you and those who had this desire, this insatiable desire to betray you and wrong you, your actions or reaction or response, however, what have you, it made them delirious because they're not used to someone being able to tame themselves in such a way. They're not used to that. And they actually banked on you losing control. Because if you had lost control, then they can call you crazy. Isn't that what the crazy people like to do? Call you crazy so they don't look crazy? I think we all a little crazy though. Don't get me wrong. We all have that. That's the beast in us. That beast is crazy. It's wild. However, I mean like out of your mind, crazy, ridiculous. What's wrong with you? I'm talking about that crazy that people will be laughing at you like there's something wrong. The crazy that you really can't get out of crazy. That one. This is how those people that came for you wanted you to look. So they'll just destroy your name purposely so that you can come out of character, so that they can call you what they want, which is going to be the total opposite of you. So when one tames themselves and recognizes that their own life is much more valuable to them than just a moment of anger, you completely defeat the individual that attacked you. And that's a spiritual attack, because they were messing with your energy, messing with your soul, like trying to poke at you, trying to draw the beast out of you. And that's not good when you can allow someone else to draw your beast out, because that means that they have control of your beast. That's not good. You can't let somebody else control your beast. Your beast is your beast. You tell your beast what to do, not the other way around. Not the other way around. The person that attacks wants your beast to be drawn. That's the goal. So when you don't respond with anger, that completely confuses the enemy, because many people give in to that energy, and you didn't. And that's why, like, you are an enigma. They can't figure you out. However, it's simple. They can't figure out, but they can't figure you out. But it is simple. That the reason why they don't understand is because they're not used to harmony. They're not used to seeing what harmony looks like. And when they look at you, they're looking at harmony. My love. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel my vibe, especially if this message does resonate with you. To book a healthy conversation, you can by visiting www.milkhoneyrose.org. Also, you can join the membership here on YouTube to gain access to additional content. Thanks for listening. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.